What's up guys, Rampage here again bringing you today's question of the day. So for today's question I'm going to be asking guys, since Black and White 2 is about to come out, for those of you planning on getting the game, which starter Pokemon are you going to choose, considering they're the same starters from the original Black and White? Now for me, I originally chose Snivy. I probably don't want to use the Snivy again, so I'm actually going to go with maybe Oshawott this time, just because Samurot's pretty cool, and I'm not saying Emboar isn't, but I like Oshawott better. That's just my opinion. Leave your answers in the comments below, and let's get started with the battle. What's up guys, Rampage here again, bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Here we got a pretty long, but a pretty good UU battle against some guy who goes by the name of Slamdunkgator91. He challenged me on Skype, I accepted, and that's how we came across this wonderful UU battle. And by the way, if you want to battle me, just feel free to message me on Skype. My Skype username is Rampage0529, the same as my YouTube username. So, yeah. Anyway, let's look at my opponent's team. He's using a Gligar and a Clefable. Those are the most annoying things I'm looking at, just because Gligar checks Heracross and Flygon for days, and Clefable checks Porygon 2 for days, so that's not good at all. His Shaman and Heracross are also annoying. Well, his Heracross is only going to be annoying if it's not Scarfed, and his Shaman I can pretty much deal with Bronzong, so I'm not too annoyed by it. So anyway, let's just get started with this battle. I'm going to lead off with my Mew. I'm not so sure why I led off with Mew. I guess I was predicting another lead from my opponent, such as Rotom or something. I'm not really sure. He's going to lead off with Gligar. I'm going to switch out to my Porygon 2, knowing that I'm going to get a special attack boost because of download, but he's actually going to go for the knockoff as I switch in. And then he's going to go for the Toxic, which I found weird because I thought he would switch out because I thought that the Ice Beam was pretty obvious, seeing as though I had download. And I thought that would hint that I was more offensive carrying Ice Beam, but he's actually going to stay in, and he just wants to get his... He just wanted to get a Toxic off on me, and then he's going to want to go for the Rocks. I'm just going to take him out with an Ice Beam, so... I guess now I don't have to deal with the Gligar, which is always good. He's going to bring out his Shaman now. This thing was also kind of, troubling to me, so I kind of wanted to just stay in and take this thing out right away. So I'm pretty sure I could take a Seed Flare. I'm going to stay in, go for the Ice Beam, and I'm not able to take out the Shaman, but it does do a hell of a lot of damage. And I don't want to switch out because I don't want this thing to rest up for free. So I'm just going to stay in, leave my P2 in his Death Water. He's going to get a crit. That crit definitely mattered, you know it. JK, but anyway, he's going to take me out with the Seed Flare. That's fine, because now I can just bring out my Flygon. I can go for the U-turn and then go out into something appropriate, even though he would have Switch Initiative. But anyway, he's going to go out into his Hitmontop, and since he brought out his Hitmontop, that kind of tells me that he wants to save his Shaman for later, meaning it's really important to him, so I got to take out that Shaman ASAP. But I'm just going to go out into my Heracross, knowing that a close combat will do a hell of a lot of damage to this Hitmontop, even if it is defensive, because I am Choice Banded. He's going to go for the Fake Out, which is whatever. I mean, even though he is a defensive Hitmontop, you can tell because he had Intimidate, and that this close combat didn't take him out. It did a hell of a lot of damage though, so I'm real glad about that. He's going to go for the close combat of his own. That's going to do a lot to me, and I'm not sure if I can take a Sucker Punch, so I believe after all these after turn effects, I'm just going to switch out. And even if I am able to, take a Sucker Punch, I still wanted to switch out because I didn't think I'd be able to switch in again after Rocks, so I just wanted to switch out my Heracross just to be safe. I'm going to go out on the Bronzong. I know I haven't gotten my Rocks up yet. I want to get him up, but I'm pretty sure he's going to bring out his Shaman right here, so I'm just going to go for the Gyro Ball. I knew that he was going to bring out his Shaman, and that's why I went for the Gyro Ball. I didn't want that Shaman to heal up on me like I said before, so I'm really glad I got to take that thing out. Now, his last offensive threat is this Heracross right here, and I see that he's not banded because that Mega Horn didn't do as much as a banded Mega Horn would have done. So I know that this Heracross isn't as threatening now. I'm going to go for the Gyro Ball, do a lot of damage to this thing, and I know he's going to want to switch out. He goes out into his Rotom. I'm just going to go for the Toxic as he switches out, so that's a good prediction on my part because I can cripple this Rotom with the Toxic, or not cripple, but wear him down a bit, so that's always good. Now I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go out into my Swampert because I should be able to deal with this Rotom a little bit with Swampert. He's actually going to go for the Will-O-Wisp as I switch in, so that's not too good. Yeah, so my Swampert's pretty burned now. Earthquake's not going to be doing shit to anything, and he's going to be able to wear me down pretty quickly, so I don't like this position I'm in. I believe I'm going to switch out, and he's also going to switch. He's going to go out into his Hitmontop, get the Intimidate off me. That's fine, because I could have went for Scald. I probably should have just stayed in and went for Scald. Probably got a burn on his Hitmontop, or hope for a burn. But anyway, I'm going to switch out into my Mew, because I want to get the Heal Bell off, so my Swampert can be cured of the burn. And he's actually going to go for the fake out. Not going to do much to me, but it is favorable to him because he will get some lefties recovery, even though it didn't do much to me. And yeah, so this is actually going pretty slow. I'm tempted to go ahead of this narration, but whatever, or ahead of the video, not the narration. Anyway, don't know what I'm saying. He's going to bring out his Clefable. I do get a crit on him. Does a nice chunk of damage too, so that's always good. And I don't even know what I'm about to say anymore because it's kind of going slow, even though it is pretty sped up, but not as sped up as it usually is. Anyway, I don't know. Rambling. I'm going to go for the Heal Bell because I want to get my Swampert here to the burn, like I said before. He's going to go for the Wish, and I'm just going to stay in and go for the Psychic. I don't want him Wish passing. Definitely to the Hitmontop. That's what I thought he might go out into, that or Heracross. So I'm just going to stay in the Psychic, which is good because now those two Pokemon won't be able to get their HP back had they planned on switching in. So now I'm going to switch out into my Bronzong. I see this as a chance to get up my rocks, and he can't really do much to my Bronzong anyway. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say after all these after turn effects leave. He's going to switch out. He's going to go out into his Heracross. That's fine because I just want to get my rocks up like I said before. I know he has his Hitmontop, but at least forcing his Hitmontop to go for the Rapid Spin is always a good move in my opinion. So anyway, his Heracross has close to full HP now, so that's pretty bad. But I know I can take a Mega Horn, so I'm just going to stay in. And it almost takes me out. Well, not really. It leaves me at about 70, 65, 70, 75. Somewhere in that range. I'm going to go for the Gyro Ball. And I'm not able to take out the Heracross, as you could tell from the damage it did before. And I was hoping that he might miss his Mega Horn, but he doesn't. He's just going to be able to take out my Bronzong. That's fine as well, because I do have Pert. Pert can take a Mega Horn, and now he's actually going to miss the Mega Horn. Didn't really matter too much in my opinion. I'm just going to go for the Scald. Don't get a burn, unfortunately. If I had gotten the burn, he would have died this turn, but that's all cool too. He's going to go for the Mega Horn now. And even if he had hit that Mega Horn before, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been able to take me out. I'm just going to go for the Earthquake and take out his Heracross. So now that's a Heracross I don't have to worry about. And I believe those were his only two offensive threats, the Heracross and the Shaman. So this might turn into a little stally battle just because his offensive guys are out of the way. But I still have two of mine, so this shouldn't be too hard to deal with anymore. Anyway, I'm going to bring out my Mew. He's going to Pain Split with his Rotom just to get some HP back after the Stealth Rocks. And I believe I'm just going to go for the Psychic on this thing. And yeah, now he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. I do have Synchronized, but since he is part fire, I can't burn him back, so that kind of sucks. But I do have Heal Bell, so I'm not worried about the burn either way. And I'm also a special attacker, so burn's not really threatening at all. In fact, I'm going to go for the Heal Bell now, cure myself for the burn, and he's going to go for the T-Ball. And what do you know, right after I cure myself from the burn, he gets the fucking Paralyzed. I am able to actually synchronize this, so that's nice. And I don't really think the Parahacks mattered too much, even though I am going to get fully paralyzed. Spoilers, as you'll see in a second, because I probably would have just went for the Thunder Wave on this Rotom regardless. And yeah, so anyway, like you see there, I get fully paralyzed. That sucks. And then he gets a fucking crit. What the hell? That turn really pissed me off, but it's nothing to worry about too much because I'm not going to get paralyzed this turn. I'm going to go for the Roost, meaning that I should be able to take a couple more Thunderbolts, seeing as though I am a special defensive Mew. I have a lot of HP now, and Thunderbolts without crits aren't doing a lot to me at all. So yeah, those Thunderbolts really aren't doing much to me at all. I can just go for the Heal Bell next turn, free myself of this paralysis, and then I can just start firing off Psychics on this Mew. He's just going to keep firing off Thunderbolts. I don't know why. He sees that they're not doing nothing. Maybe he's fishing for crits. I don't know. Maybe he wants to leave his Rotom in his fodder. I really don't know. Or maybe he just doesn't have another switch in for this, even though he does have Clefable, which can take hits from me all day. But like I said, his guys left are pretty much stalling Pokemon. So he really probably just doesn't have any good moves to go for. Anyway, I'm just going to go for the Roost, and now I'm going to switch out into my Pert. And I just want to get some Scalds off on this Rotom. He's actually going to switch out though. He's going to go out into his Clefable. And right here, I thought that he was going to go for the Wish, so I'm going to switch out into my Heracross. And I'm hoping that he doesn't go for the Seismic Toss or any attacking move, because if he did, that's probably game over for me, because I wouldn't have any Pokemon that could take out this Clefable. But he's going to go for the Wish, which is nice for me, because now that pretty much secures me the game. I can just go for the close combat and take out anything he wants to bring in. Be this Hitmontop, even after Intimidate, I could still take it out. Or if you wanted to leave in Clefable, I would have taken that thing out with the close combat. Either way, Choice Band in close combat rapes the rest of his team. So that pretty much secured me the win, and I'm just going to proceed to take out the rest of his team with close combat. I am able to take out the Clefable with a crit. He thought the crit mattered. I really don't think it did, because, you know, it's pretty much a neutral Jolly max attack close combat against a Clefable, and Clefable doesn't have the best defense, even though it has a lot of HP. Anyway, he's going to bring out his Rotom. I'm just going to go for the close combat on this thing. I get a crit on that. That crit probably did matter because his Rotom was defensive, or it was specially defensive. He told me after the battle. And I'm able to take home the win. And even if I didn't get the crit, I still have Flygon and I could have outraged. So that crit didn't really matter in my opinion, but yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this pretty long battle, and if you did, please push that like button. Also leave a comment. You know I enjoy reading your comments. And anything else? Not really. Oh yeah, be sure to check out my opponent. He does have a YouTube, like I said. I'll link him. So yeah, I will see you guys in the near future. This is Rampage here, signing out. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Peace out.